Satan used to have to tempt people to want to be rich. 3 temptations. All temptation falls under 3 things. The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life. Eve was tempted with those 3 things in the garden. Jesus was tempted with those 3 things. 1 John 2:15 tells you that you will be tempted with those 3 things. It says, love not the world, nor the things that are in the world. Then it tells you those 3 things. It's not of the Father, but it's of the world. This is what the devil comes with. Lust of the flesh, anything that brings pleasure to your body. That will include food, sex, and all those kinds of things. Lust of the eyes brings pleasure to the eyes. You wear that cloth, you come out, you sashay down the streets. Everyone is looking at you. You're so beautiful. You are so cool. You walk and all the guys are green with envy. The pride in one's lifestyle. I have 3 cars. At a certain level, there's a level you're discussing shoes. But there's a level you'll be discussing cars. Oh yeah, I just picked it up the last time I was in the US. I saw it and I went like, I think this car is strong. I was just looking through. I said, I think this one. So I had them imported and, just talking about it casually, like buying biscuits, as if it's casual. And sometimes, you're talking about it with people that use keke, which is a real sign of evil in you. If you want to have that kind of discussion, have it with people at your level. You shouldn't even have it self. But, well, of course, if talking about that. So where did you get your car? I've been looking for this color. Oh, in the last vacation, my family, I saw it, where we were in Atlanta, so. It's understood. There's nothing special about that. You don't go, no, don't worry. But you're with your village people. And you start saying, the last time, what is wrong with you? Is something wrong with your tongue? It's the pride of life. Pride. 3 things the devil will tempt you with. 3 things. Every sin falls under one of these subheads. Every sin. You used to need Satan to make you want to have things and look different from everyone. It used to be a job that required the devil. Now, Satan has outsourced the job of getting people to do these 3 things to preachers. Into a meeting with a preacher from somewhere. By the time he finishes, you come out. In this world, I'll have money. Try. In this world, I'll have money. I'll have money. I must have money in this world. If you came out of a Christian meeting talking like that, you have eaten the fruit. You're gone. Don't ask anyone plenty questions. You're gone. That's when you started. You were in year 1. You were there. You were loving God. Suddenly, everything in your mind is how you will stand out, succeed, and be in the group or clique of people that have money. It drives your every thought. It's why you go for politics. It's why you get involved in this. It's why you get involved in that. It's why you get involved in this one. It's why you join this club. It's why you learn public speaking. It's why not that God spoke to you, not that God led you, not you were just living and saying, Kai, the way I talk is not really cool. I should practice speaking better. I heard there's this speaking. You after a while you don't even know. It's layered straight in with your brain. It's like this foundation to all things. You don't even realize. You will say no, it's just sincere. Are you saying it's wrong to learn to speak well? Bro, you're learning how to speak well so you can be a demagogue, carry long crowds, so you can sway them in your future in case, a very large in case, you will run for something at some point. And there you are, practicing. Of course, you must be involved in Christian things, and it will really be helpful and useful on your CV if you happen to be at the top. So if you're the secretary or the vice president or the president of that fellowship, it's very important you put on your CV too. When did the demon bite you? It beat you in year 1. By now you're in year 4 or 5. You're in youth service. You get there, you make sure you're the best copper that did the most outstanding project. You raise money from anywhere. It's not love for the community. It has nothing to do with love for that community. Nothing. It has to go on your CV. You stand out. You seek to stand out constantly, to do better, to do well, to do something of note. All of that, say, to go on your CV. So impressive. You read hard, not because you like books and not because you're naturally driven. You must have a CV that is outstanding. All your intentions are wrong. All. You don't even know after a while. You just say, no, she's always been outstanding. That's why they pray a certain prayer in church. You can't pray. You can't join and pray. Say, how many of you are saying you need to lay down your life completely for the Lord today and really give Him, not just to be born again, you're born again. However, you're saying, God, whatever you will, you can't pray the prayer. It might tamper with your plans. It might. If you even come out, you're coming out so it will be seen, so it won't be said you didn't come out. You're messed up. And then, years ahead, you're there doing your thing. Where did you learn it? Did you join a cult? No. Did your father take you to some fraternity where they make people rich? No. You went to church, and one of the people that works for the big bad guy injected you with a desire for this thing, told you about his Rolls Royce, spoke to you about the finer things of life. I was in a restaurant in France last week. Tell your neighbor money good. Oh. Tell your neighbor on the other side, make money, make money, make money. What do you need Satan for? He's in the house of God. He's seated enthroned as God. You're still looking for Antichrist. He comes into the temple of God and sits as God. That is, you're hearing the message. You believe this is what God says. It is the devil. The Antichrist is in the temple. It's the things that you were to run from. These three things are admired and encouraged constantly from pulpits all over the world. These things are not from the Father, but from the world. We preach it as the blessings of God. Things that the Bible clearly said are not from the Father, but from the world. We sow seed to access it. Something you should be running from. We use it as a sign of arriving in God's pleasure. Something you're meant to run from. The exact opposite of God's will. The exact opposite. You shouldn't have lust of the flesh. You shouldn't have lust of flesh. All these things are states of heart. Their manifestation is in different ways. You can be poor and you're suffering from all of this. It's not that a rich person, someone that has money, is walking the lust of the flesh automatically. No. He can be rich and he's not walking the lust of the flesh. But he will show. Don't get mixed up. What are you using your money and doing? Are you using it to please yourself constantly? Is your money for you? Do you live for you? Then you have yielded to the lust of the flesh. Or do you resist the desires of the flesh many times in spite of your money? Because you have money, do you use it to feed your flesh constantly? Your physical wants? Or do you sacrifice and say, no, and use that and bless others and help meet the needs of others and deny yourself? Then you would have said, even though I'm wealthy, I have overcome the lust of the flesh. The lust of the eye is the same thing. I see it, I like it. I see it, I like it. I can afford it, but I can't. I can't. It's not the Father's will. I already have 3 pairs of shoes. Very solid leather, costly, that will last me for years. I don't need it. I already have 5. I already have 10. No, I won't buy another one. This one is just plain lust of my eyes are dragging me. Say, no, I just want to do window shopping. I want to feed my eyes. And you feed your eyes. How many people have you seen feed? Except they are really poor students. Have you seen people that have money able to feed only their eyes? Are people that can afford it able to only feed the eyes? No. They always carry something. They feed the hand too. They always. There's no way the eye feeds without the hand eating too. They always bring something out as they are coming out of that plate. They can afford it. They say, let me just take this 2. Guy, I really exercise self-control. The problem is 2 has just joined 200. Boxes and boxes of clothes. Boxes upon boxes. Husband has built big house to store boxes of clothes. The clothes have no end. If you bring them out and count, you will fear. You will hear these things preached and you still fall to it. You won't even know you've fallen. You'll be thinking, it's not my type they are talking about. They are talking about those rich people. No, it doesn't start then. It starts now when you have little and you're never satisfied. What do you think the word covetousness means? It means a lack of satisfaction. That's all. Not being satisfied with what you have. If you have 5 things, be satisfied with it. If you have 50, be satisfied with it. You must be satisfied at some stage. If you don't get satisfied with things, you suffer covetousness. The more money you have, the more it will go towards those things. It's the lust of the eyes and it's the pride in one's lifestyle.